How's it going, 3D printers? Andrew Sink here, and in this video I'm going to show you how I converted my 3D printer into a 2D printer. I thought this was going to be a pretty simple process, and by the end I wound up doing a ton of work, so I figured I'd make a video and show you what I did. The printer I used for this project is an Anet ET4X. It's under $200 and it turned out to be a great frame for this project. I tested out the idea by zip tying a pen to the toolhead, and it worked, but I wanted something a bit more stable. One thing led to another, and here's the complete toolhead I designed in SolidWorks. So let's go over some of the features of this toolhead. The pen is held in place with a set screw that holds the pen flat against the two triangular back faces. This was an improvement offered to me by Eric Cederberg on Twitter, and it works really well for holding the pen rigid. The block itself is held in place with two screws that run the length of the body, and you'll notice there's a small recessed shoulder. This puts a preload condition on the bottom body, which allows the pen to articulate up and down in Z to compensate for an irregular surface. On the bottom face of the body, there are two recessed cavities, which allow us to place a captive nut. With these captive nuts in place, we can run a bolt all the way through the body, which will allow the pen fixture to travel up and down in Z while remaining more or less constrained in X and Y. This keeps the pen from having any chatter and allowing it to move if the bed is uneven. It's also really satisfying to play with, and makes a great fidget toy. With this setup in place, we can keep the pen from rocking too much left to right while it's printing, while allowing it to travel up and down. To install this toolhead, I completely removed the extruder toolhead from the printer and attached the plotter toolhead directly to the mounting plate. The calibration process is pretty similar to what you do on a 3D printer. I just move the toolhead around looking for any high or low spots and adjust accordingly. One of the early lessons I learned was that the X-axis gantry is capable of making very fine and small adjustments due to its relatively short length. This means if you're going to be printing long squiggles, you want to make sure they're aligned on the Y-axis, otherwise your entire bed has to move to make those lines. I generated these squiggle portraits using a program called SquiggleCam. With a little bit of adjustment, you can get some really great looking vector images out of it, and I've included a link in the description of this video to GitHub where you can try it out for yourself. Here's one of the squiggle portraits with all of the squiggles arranged lengthwise on the Y-axis, and you can see they're very clean and they come out pretty clear. Another cool thing about these images is when you look at them up close, all you see is squiggles, but as you zoom out, the image really comes to life. It kind of feels like one of those old Magic Eye drawings. To create vector images to use with the plotter, I've been using Inkscape. It's kind of a steep learning curve, but it's a really powerful open source program. One of the most powerful tools it has is it can convert a color image into a gradient bitmap. You can choose how many shades of gray you want. This lets you create images that are great for cross-hatching, where you can actually have the plotter plot out thicker layers of black for all the darker areas. To create the G-code necessary to run the printer, I used a library plugin called Gcodeplot. It's a little bit hacky and it takes a little while to get used to, but it works really well. The process of converting a 3D printer to a 2D printer was a lot more complicated than I was expecting, and a lot of that comes from the software side. It's just really hard to find software that can convert an image into something that the printer can recognize. So Inkscape is a really great intermediary, but I think there's probably a better solution out there somewhere. If you have experience with this, please feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to hear how you're creating your images. With a little bit of practice, you can create a lot of really cool and unique looking images using your 2D plotter. As always, thanks for watching and have fun printing.